Alrighty, Lee Cole here, and for our Friday Night Your Income Opportunity webinar, I have Gloria Gunn and Don Ketterhagen with me. Say hello, guys.
Hi, everybody.
And this is very, very cool. This webinar takes about 30 minutes. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to talk to you a little bit about Gloria, your business, my business, how cool we are that we've got our own businesses, and you know what? We woke up one day both about the same time and said, wow, this is great, but it's not nearly as good as it could be, didn't we?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, we're working a little too hard. I call it the golden handcuffs. You know, it's better than the bronze handcuffs, but it's better than, you know, having a job, but you still got to make things happen. And really what we're talking about, just the long and short of it, I used to be a mathematics teacher, and I made extra money by building websites. And then a few years ago, I realized that I had a lot of expertise in search engine optimization, stuff like that, and I quit my job and started a business selling that expertise to other businesses. And lo and behold, I did very, very well with that, and it was really cool. And Gloria, you had a very similar story. I mean, you weren't a math teacher, but you had a very similar story in terms of selling a lot of expertise to local businesses.
Yeah, I was in the corporate world, and exactly the same thing. I was able to take that and then turn that into selling the expertise to local businesses. Since then, as you know, Lee, we've moved on to software. You know, we actually do sell software. We have a developer partner that we're working with. We provide training and software solutions to help businesses basically get more out of their, you know, online presence and social media and stuff like that.
And it's cool, isn't it?
It is cool.
I mean, do you feel like you've accomplished something doing this?
I absolutely do. It's cool, and it's going really well.
Yeah, and you know, this is right now, it's like the first week of 2015, actually the second week of 2015. And Gloria, it was about what, March of last year that you and I were kind of talking, and we were just, you know, we've been friends for a while, known each other for a few years, and I was just sharing with you some stuff that I was doing, and not, you know, I mean, I was be like, hey, I went out and bought a car, or hey, you know, I started, you know, getting in shape or something like that, just talking, and it resonated with you.
Yes, exactly. It did. It made a lot of sense.
And you know what I was sharing was the fact that this is cool, but I got to get up every morning and make it happen. I got to make it happen this week. I got to make it happen this month. And if I wanted to do something really radical, like go bird watching in Patagonia for 3 months, I can't do that. And in other words, it boils down to, if you look at it from a sort of a small business management point of view, it boils down to the fact that neither, you know, both of us had created businesses, but we were not creating assets.
Exactly. If we don't show up to our business, we don't generate revenue from our business.
Now, I got news for you, Gloria. You can read that book, what's that, the E-Myth, or what?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I've read that book several times.
Me too.
You can read that book until you're blue in the face, and everybody reads that book and nods up and down and says you got to work on your business instead of in your business and all that stuff, and it's just not that easy.
That's right.
There's some major issues, and I actually did part of a webinar for some of our peeps where I was talking about transitioning and, you know, qualitative changes as opposed to quantitative changes and things like that. It is easy to say that you need to work on instead of in your business, but it is a whole nother deal actually accomplishing that. I started looking at different business models. I'm in my late 50s now. And so I got, you know, a lot of friends who do a lot of different things, and start talking to them about ways of solving this problem. And really the solution that presented itself, Gloria, you and I were talking about it, and then Don, I met you and this summer actually, in July, and it just all came together. And what it came together as, guys, is what we're going to share with you today. We're going to share with you what we see as a solution which is working for us. Feel free to ask any questions you want to. We're totally transparent about this. What we're talking about is a company called Lycanet. It's also called Lioness. Why would a business have two different names? Well, one, it's not just a business. It is a global corporation in 46 countries, I believe, either 45 or 46. It's a multinational corporation. But what is cool is they have, just as of the past 3 years or so, just now gotten to the United States. Why do they have two names? Well, they have kind of a consumer name and kind of a name for people like us, business builders. We'll get into the differences between the two. But what this is, now these are some generalizations, and these are some awfully big terms, and I'm going to prove this to you as we go through the webinar that I'm not talking at all, that what I'm talking about here is not hype at all, that it's very, 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 very accurate, as when you consider what Lycanet is doing. Lycanet is a huge economic shift in the way consumers shop. We'll talk about the history of the company a little later. Started in Austria. It is a huge win-win-win for the business, for businesses that you buy from, and for you as a consumer. It is amazing the way this was all put together. And this benefits individuals and economies, both locally and globally. Now I know I just said a mouthful of really abstract stuff. Let's see if we can get down to brass tacks a little bit and talk about Lioness/Lycanet. Number one, Lioness is a global shopping community. So I get my medications at CVS and and other stuff too. Okay, I was driving by CVS the other day. My wife knew it. She calls me. She says, pick up a bag of cat litter. So I buy other stuff there too. What is really cool, and I've been a CVS customer. I'm just using this as an example. I've been a CVS customer for decades, really. And what is really cool is I didn't have to change anything. I didn't have to change where I buy medications. I didn't have to change where my wife calls me, tells me to go buy cat litter. Nothing had to change except a slight change in the way I paid for it. And when I pay for this stuff at CVS now, I save money over the retail price. It goes a lot farther than that, but that's where it starts. In other words, every time you buy something through Lioness, you make money back with every purchase you make, and that is really, really cool. Not only do you get cash back, but you accrue shopping points. We'll talk about that some in a little bit. But now this next part is really where it starts to take off and get exponential, and it is really cool when you watch this happen. You get paid when other people shop. So, Gloria, I referred you to Lioness. I called you up and said, Gloria, I found a company that I think is the solution to the big problem that we've been talking about. And you said, what is it? And I said, Lioness, you need to talk to this guy, Don Ketterhagen. He introduced me to it. We got on the phone with Don. We thought it was really cool. We joined. We've done the work. We're building a team in Lioness. Mm-hmm. Now, Gloria, what is cool, when you shop, I know you save money. I know you save money. But guess who else makes money?
Yeah, you do too.
Yes, I know. It's genius, right? I mean, you pick up your phone with the Lioness app, at the end of the month or beginning of the month, say, oh, that is so sweet. I didn't do a thing for that, and here it is, right?
Yep.
That in and of itself is genius. Now, Lioness is kind of the consumer, it's what I call the consumer side of things. It is made for people who want to save money shopping, who want to refer friends, family, a few other people who don't necessarily want to turn this into a big income stream, but who see the benefit of saving 3, 4, or getting 3, 4, 5% cash back on their purchases, and see the benefit of making money off of the people that they refer into the program, see the benefit of making money off of their purchases. And in a way, Lioness, from the way it's presented to the consumer, that's about as far as it goes. And that's why we call that Lioness, because it's really aimed at what we call in the Lioness world the shopper, which is the foundation of the whole program. Some people, however, are more entrepreneurial. This would be people like Don, me, and Gloria. We're more entrepreneurial. We're interested in building this out into a big income stream, which plenty of people do, and which we're doing. And so we are members of sort of a subset of Lioness called Lycanet. And basically what Lycanet allows you to do, it allows you to take this Lioness concept and it allows you to build big, as in huge, marketing teams, okay? It allows you to profit from global shopping. You know, Gloria, we recently got a new person referred to our group, and he recently took a vacation to France.
Yep.
And so now when he shops, that benefits us. So we benefit from his global shopping. Exciting car bonuses and vacations. These are benefits that you can get. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this. This is an introductory webinar, guys. It's not meant to be the end-all and be-all. I'm just telling you what we see, you know, what's happening with us, giving you a taste for this, and then you will be able to decide if this is for you. And if it's for you, follow up with us. And if it's not for you, that's totally cool. We appreciate your time. There's a serious income potential here with Lycanet. That was really what I saw. The opportunity to build an income for myself and my family outside of my business that will exist even when I'm not working. A couple of more little things about Lioness. The consumer side of this is free to join. So unlike a lot of companies, there's nothing to pay to join. It's also free to be a member of monthly. So there's no auto ship or anything like that if you're familiar with network marketing companies. Everybody benefits from this. You get cash back when you shop. So I go to CVS, I shop, I get cash back. Don, who referred me to Lioness, ends up getting a little bit of that. I get shopping points. I referred Gloria. When she shops, I get, it's called a friendship bonus. I make money off of that. So it's really, really cool the way that works out. This next slide gives you kind of a graphic to think about this. You know, guys, I like to use the idea of those in-flight magazines that you get when I don't fly much, you know, I don't really travel that much, but you get on a plane, you get that in-flight magazine, and especially if you fly out of the country, you have all the duty-free stuff and all that stuff, and so you get some watch, right? You get some watch that normally costs $3,000, and guess what? You can buy it for $650. Well, see, that is not what we're talking about. Those in-flight magazines bore the daylights out of me because they're showing me a bunch of junk that I never wanted in the first place, and that is not what Lioness is all about. One of the first things that Don told me about Lioness was, Lee, you can do your normal everyday shopping. See, that really got me because with a lot of these companies, there's a product to buy. And a lot of people end up with a garage full of that product, and they just have to buy it, a certain amount every month to stay qualified, et cetera, and they never do anything with it. They don't necessarily use it, or they use part of it. Not true with Lioness. See, with Lioness, you can go to your normal grocery store or at least a competitor grocery store down the road. You can buy gas at the normal places you buy gas. You can buy your clothes in the normal places you buy clothes. Old Navy, for instance. My daughter and I were over at Old Navy just recently. You can buy cars through Lioness. You can do all of this stuff, the normal stuff that you normally buy. Virtually all of it can be run through Lioness. And what that'll do, that will save you a lot of money per year, and it will allow you to refer people in the program, and you will make money off of them saving money every year. And nobody's really changing what they buy. That, I thought, was genius. Like I said, you're buying at brand name stores, Home Depot, CVS, Walgreens, BP, Exxon, et cetera, One thing that I personally love, so I just admitted to the fact that I don't really like to travel much. I don't really even like I'm a homebody. I don't really even like getting in the car and going out and shopping. As a matter of fact, I hate that. I would much rather get online and shopping and do my shopping. With Lioness, you can do that. Doesn't have to be big national chains like CVS. There are a lot of small, medium-sized businesses coming into Lioness right now, and frankly, if that's something that you know some about or you have contacts in the business community, that represents an amazing opportunity for you at the moment. I just sent off some more information to a friend of mine who owns a hair salon here in Atlanta, and I was speaking with her a couple of months ago about Lioness. She's very interested. She said, well, wait until after the Christmas rush and then we'll get together and, talk about it. That kind of person who runs a successful business but wants more business without having to do a whole lot more advertising, that kind of person or that kind of business is perfect for Lioness. So you find a growing number of these kinds of businesses, not just local businesses, but online businesses. And this is a new thing, the Lioness Loyalty Mall. But again, the key point here is that you're not buying stuff you didn't want to buy. You're not buying some brand you never heard of, albeit that brand might be superior to what you normally buy. But you're not having to change anything. You're just buying, you're doing your normal consumer spending, and you're turning that, instead of just money out the door, you're starting to turn that into saving money, and as you refer people into the program, you're turning that into an income asset for you and your family. Now this is really, really exciting. MasterCard has never co-branded a card with any entity other than a bank, but sometime this year, we're not exactly sure. Of course, it's a big deal, right? In the United States, there are a lot of banking laws and stuff. Not exactly sure of when this is coming out, whether it's the first quarter or the second quarter, whatever. But in 2015, Lioness and MasterCard are co-branding a cashback card. This is effectively a debit card. Once you get that debit card, so let's say I've got that debit card, and let's say, oh, the faucet and the kitchen breaks, and I've got to go over to Home Depot and get a washer or something to fix it. So I could, get in my car, go over to Home Depot, get the faucet, get the washer, go check out, pull up my debit card, use that to pay with. Home Depot is a Lioness merchant, so I will get my cash back at the time. That is really, really cool. And when that happens, see, one very interesting, a lot of interesting things are going to happen when that happens, but a very, very interesting thing is going to happen, which is Lioness, which you really don't see much of in the United States right yet. Now I'm going to show you the difference between Europe and the United States in just a minute, but you don't see much of Lioness in the United States right yet. But when that MasterCard hits, that's what I say. Now, I'm no guru or anything, but that's what I say. That's going to be when Lioness starts to reach American consumer consciousness. And when it does that, then the growth is going to start to be phenomenal. That's coming in 2015, i.e. this year. So that MasterCard, when we get that in a few months, you'll be able to get up to 5% cash back on your shopping. You'll be able to accrue other shopping points and shopping deals. You'll be able to make money from the friendship bonus, i.e. bringing other friends and family, etc. Or if you want to be like me, Don and Gloria, other individuals in large numbers into the Lioness fold and make money off of their shopping. This will all happen with that MasterCard. So this graphic tells you a little bit about Lioness shopping in general. You shop with Lioness, you buy the normal stuff you already buy. You go to the grocery store, you buy what you were going to buy. You buy your clothes, you buy your vacations, your car, hotel rooms, furniture, whatever. When you shop and spend money, up to 5% of that comes back to you. It can either be put on your bank, or once we get that MasterCard going, it can just be popped right back on that MasterCard. And you accrue shopping points. And shopping points are really, really cool. That's where that is another stream of income coming from Lioness. Let me just put it to you that way. We'll look at a little example of that in a second. But you accrue these shopping points, and those can be spent in a variety of ways. This is a really good example that gives you kind of an average, of a shopping experience through Lioness. So let's say you make $150 in purchases from a loyalty merchant. A loyalty merchant is any business that's agreed to be a Lioness merchant. So you make $150 in purchases, and instead of 5% cash back, you can get up to 5% cash back according to the merchant. But let's go low. Let's assume it's only 2% cash back. So you spend $150. right off the bat you get $3 back. That's 2% of $150. But it gets even better than that, because you're going to accrue, now the shopping points that you accrue varies a little bit from merchant to merchant, but let's just use an average of 8. So let's say you accrue 8 shopping points. Now these shopping points have a minimum value of $7.50 a piece. So I want you to see what happens when you spent that $150. You immediately got 2% cash back, and you got these shopping points worth a whopping $60 that you can spend later in various ways. In other words, you created $63 worth of total benefits from your $150 worth of shopping. It's kind of hard to believe that it would be that extreme, but it actually is. Again, you can redeem these shopping points for a variety of deals, deep discounts with various Lioness merchants, both in-store and my favorite, online. This graphic kind of brings home the whole idea of the friendship bonus. Here you are, and you've decided wisely to become a Lioness shopper. I mean, it's free to join and it's free monthly, so why not do it, right? So you've decided that this is a good idea. It's a good idea for you to save 2, 3, 4, 5% on everything that you buy, or on a lot of stuff that you buy. I mean, heck, if you were going to go to the bank and, let's say, make a really safe investment like a certificate of deposit, you're going to make a whopping 1% on that. And you don't even get to use the money for anything. You have $1,000, you give it to the bank, a year later, guess what? They give you your $1,000 back and a whopping 1%. But with Lioness, it's very much like the same thing. It is not an investment, but it's very much like the same thing. I'm just comparing the the cash back percentage to the interest rate. And you're getting 2, 3, 4, 5%. That's a whole heck of a lot better than 1%, and you don't even have to take the money out of circulation. So here you are. You saw the wisdom of that, and you said, Lee, this makes total sense. I'm signing up. I'm going to start moving a lot of my shopping through Lioness, and I'm going to get on the program with this. But then you start to understand, well, wait a minute. I can get my friend in, and not only can I share this great opportunity with them, but when they shop, I can make some money off their shopping. That is really cool. So you start referring these yellow people, okay, and you make money off of their shopping. And then the yellow people in this graphic, they go through that same thing. They think, man, this is really cool. I can get some people in on this and make money off their shopping. And then they refer other people, and all of these people are benefiting you in so many ways through Lioness that you wouldn't even believe it financially. We have a copy of the income disclosure statement if you want to see that. So if you're interested in following up with this, hit us up. We'll be very happy to send you a PDF version of that. But this graphic sort of gives you the exponential growth concept of how you can turn this genius idea actually into an income stream for yourself. Again, if you are connected with the local business community, this is a really wonderful time to become a member of Lioness and bring this idea to businesses. Lioness is really interested in getting the small to medium-sized businesses in Lioness here in the United States, just as they are in Europe and just as they are in other parts of the country. The way they do that is with, it's a little hard to see in the picture, is with this package here. You get a terminal, you get several as in several hundred co-branded Lioness cards, co-branded between Lioness and the merchant. The merchant hands those out. They become like loyalty cards, but also the people that sign up for the loyalty card, they become Lioness shoppers. So the merchant is effectively enrolling or referring, who knows, 200, 300, 400, 500 people into Lioness. This will benefit the merchant greatly, as you can see, but it's also going to benefit you. So if this is something that interests you, Gloria and I have been working a lot doing this, and we've got a lot of expertise now that we're more than happy to share with you about this particular thing and how this would work. Another thing that I really liked about Lioness is they're good corporate citizens. I am an Eagle Scout, and taking care of the environment is extremely important to me. They have an environmental aspect called Greenfinity and also Lioness Child and Family Foundation. I thought that was real cool. it's not a make it or break it thing, but I was very interested in the company. When I saw that, I thought, man, that is really cool. Giving back like that, that's the way to live. So let's kind of go over some highlights, a little bit about the history of Linus. It was founded by Hubert Friedel in Austria in 2000 and just 2003. This is 2015, so we're looking at 12 years ago, just 2003. They're now in 45 plus countries, it may be 46 since the slide was made, over 250,000 points of acceptance, 160 million products and services that you as a Linus member can buy through Linus, save money on. People that you refer can go buy and you make money off of them buying. 4+ million registered members worldwide and billions of dollars in sales. This is not a little bitty business. This is not a startup. This is a global corporation, and what is really cool is it's free to join and there are no monthly fees. These are the corporate offices of Linus in the North America and Central America. New York, Miami, I think, is actually the office for the Americas itself, so North, Central, and South America. Canada, 2 offices, California, and recently opened up in Mexico. As you can see, these are nice corporate offices. Again, this isn't some little bitty business with some one office somewhere. This is a major global corporation. Let's go over these benefits a little bit. The blue represents the Linus or consumer aspect of things. The red represents the Likenet or business builder aspect of things. I kind of look at this like 2 facets of the same diamond, or like you're looking at something from 2 slightly different points of view. It's the same thing, same company. Up to 5% cash back. Linus when you shop. So I go to CVS, I shop, I get money back on stuff I'm already spending. I've spent money at CVS for decades. Now I spend a little less. People that you refer, they shop, you get 0.5% of all their shopping back. Man, that's like found money. They're spending the money anyway, right? I mean, they're going and buying their groceries and their gas and all that stuff, but guess what? You refer them to Linus, you make money off of stuff that they were spending anyway. This grows very rapidly. If you want to just leave it at that, if you want to just become a Linus member because you're interested in the shopping benefits, because you want to get your brother in on this and his wife and their 2 grown children and that kind of thing, that's cool. That in and of itself, that one thing will make over time will make a big financial, will end up being a big financial benefit for you. But you can take this to the next level, and this is frankly what the 3 of us saw in this, which was turning this into a large income stream. And by large, I do mean large, $75,000 per month plus really, really cool bonuses. Let's look at a little bit of that. Since we just talked about money, let me just show you the income disclosure statement, which unfortunately is a little hard to read. There are 8 levels in Linus, and I'm not going to read all these numbers to you. There are 8 levels in Linus. These are the high, low, and averages. This is all, of course, regulated by the United States law and stuff like that. The way this has to be presented to you. It's a little hard to see on this webinar, and I apologize for that, but it'd be a little boring if I read it to you anyway. Let's just leave it at this. If you're interested in following up with this, you look at it and say, yeah, I'm kind of interested in this, then let us know, and we will send you a PDF version of this income disclosure statement. Exciting car bonuses. I was talking with one of our members today, and we were talking, basically I was helping him figure out how to refer even more people into Linus, and he was really excited about getting up to the level where he has a car paid for by Linus. And I said, man, there's nothing wrong with you having a brand new ride and somebody else paying for it. That is a cool thing, and it is a very cool thing. The car bonus is really cool. You can choose from any of one of 5 car manufacturers: Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, Tesla, BMW, and Audi. Gloria, you still in love with the Tesla? I think.
I am. I am sorry, I was muted, but yep, that's my car.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was before Christmas. Had taken my daughter and her little girlfriend to the mall, and they were buying dresses and stuff. And of course, being daddy, all I get to do is pay for it, right? So I was sitting out in the middle of the mall, and I looked down the mall. It was a nice high-end mall here in Atlanta. I looked down the mall, and oh my God, there are these two Teslas parked out in the middle of the mall. So I go down there and take pictures of them and send them to Gloria,
Yeah.
and that is her car. I would not be surprised, Gloria, if you have this picture just like posted up everywhere, like, on your mirror in the bathroom. Who knows, maybe on the door of the microwave or something. That's the kind of
Yeah.
stuff I do. But yeah, so bottom line, we're talking about very, very nice cars. Car bonuses that go all the way from a minimum of $750 a month to at least $4,500 a month. Guys, that's for a car, okay? So, like I said, Gloria, if I'm spending that much for a car, I need a new house because my house is going to look kind of stupid but next to a car that I'm spending 4.5 grand a month for. But at that point, I would be able to afford that, right? Now,
Hmm.
by the way, that car bonuses starts at rank 4. There are 8 ranks. Rank 4 is halfway in between. So at this point, you might want to be thinking, well, A, are you interested in this? And it's totally cool if you're not. Not everything is for everybody. Not a problem. Totally cool. But are you interested in this? And if you are interested in this, where are you interested in this? Where are you going to land? I use the example of my sister-in-law. She's a shopper. She just kind of wants to save a little money and, refer her family. That's Lioness. People like Gloria or Don or me, we're interested in building huge organizations and we're willing to work consistently to do that. That's Lycanet. Two facets of the same diamond. So you might be thinking right now, well, where do I land on this? If you are interested, where are you in this whole spectrum? And wherever you are, we're here to help you achieve your goals. This is a really, really, really cool map. I still need to move this part of the map over a little bit. This is Austria in 2003. And it's kind of hard to see. It's a little faded, but here's Spain, Italy, France, UK, Germany, Belgium, and all that. Okay, so here's Austria right here. 2003, Hubert Friedel started this concept, Lioness, with just 3 businesses. There were 3 merchants here in Austria that started out. Nowhere to spend your money, just a concept, just an idea. So this is now 2015. In 12 years, it has grown to this. Now, there's a huge difference between the map over here and the map over here, besides the fact that there are a bunch of dots over here and 3 dots over here. Over here, each one of these dots represents just one business. But over here, these dots, if you get on their interactive map, you would see this. You get when you become a Linus member, you get an app on your phone with an interactive map, and you get that on the computer, also. But if you were to get more granular and look, like you're dropping from space and getting closer and closer and closer, you would find out, let's say that blue dot there that I'm pointing at right there in England, it's not one business. It's probably 100 or maybe 200. It's a bunch of them. In other words, we went from 3 businesses to thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of businesses in Europe in 12 years. This is a real picture of their real interactive map. This isn't just somebody thinking, well, let's show people what might be. This is what is. The blue part on the right-hand side is what is today. This is what was 12 years ago. Let's look at the United States. Don't look at the United States. The United States is the next slide. In Europe now, Lioness has entered consumer consciousness. You see consumer advertising with Lioness. You don't see that in the United States right now. That is a beautiful thing for people like us. It's coming. It's not here yet. And if the way I look at it is, my goal is to insinuate myself in front of a lot of that shopping, because that will create wealth for me and my family for a long, long time. Here's the map. And again, this is, I need to rearrange my maps. But this is North America. This is actually the west of North America. We look at the top of Mexico, western part of the United States. These dots don't represent single businesses anymore. They represent clusters of businesses, but look, there are not that many of them, and that is North America today. What is North America going to look like a decade from now? Well, if it does the same thing that it did in Europe, this is what it's going to look like a decade from now. When Don explained this to me, you know, the thought went through my head was, and when I saw the maps in Europe, and I saw the map of Austria and I saw the map of Europe today, and I thought, the only question is, I mean, I can't predict the future. But having said that, it seems like to me personally, I'm just telling you what's on my heart, it seems to me personally that this is happening, growing right before my very eyes. The only question is, do I have enough sense to do the work to get myself and my family in front of a lot of this shopping insinuated into the hierarchy of Lioness? I do, because I don't want to be here, and God willing I'm here 10 years from now, but I don't want to be here 10 years from now not having worked at this and seeing Lioness everywhere and think only if, because those aren't happy thoughts to think. So you got to kind of, I mean, you don't have to, I'm just suggesting that you kind of think through this. You saw Austria 12 years ago, you see Europe today. You see North America today, it looks kind of like Austria did 12 years ago. You see, what is North America going to look like a decade from now? Are you going to be in this, or are you not going to be in this? The choice is yours, but you know, how do you want to play it? Lioness, Lycanet, two facets of the same diamond. You've got the consumer side, you've got the business builder side. At this point, decide if this is something you're interested in. However you got to this webinar, however you got here. If you're interested in this, you need to get back with the person that brought you here and say, that was cool, I saw Lee's webinar, I need some more information, or I'm ready to go, whatever it is, and that person will get you going. Now, if it was me who brought you here or Gloria who brought you here, then get with one of us and we will talk to you about the next steps. But that is the concept. This is the concept that's going to solve that passive income problem for me and for Gloria and for Don. Anything you guys want to add to this before we wrap it up?
No, I'm good, Lee.
Okay, super. Any of our audience have any questions about this before we wrap it up? I like to keep these webinars down to about 30 minutes. Well, cool beans. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Gloria and Don, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you taking some of your Friday evening. And again, whoever brought you here, if you're interested, get back with them. Whether you're here on the webinar right now or whether you are looking at a replay, because we get a lot of people look at these replays. Get back with them and say, I need some more information. Thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful evening and see you soon.